Welcome to Kidmissing TV. I am your host, Angelina Wilson. Today, we're going to talk about a very old case that I believe is potentially solvable with today's technology. And if it happened today, I believe definitely would have been solvable. This is the case of Mary Maroney. Mary was 2 years old on May 15th, 1930, when she was taken from her Chicago, Illinois home. Now, this is the oldest missing persons case still on file in Illinois. Mary's parents were very poor. I mean, it was the Great Depression. And this group that helped the poor put in newspapers what different poor people needed and stuff, but somehow they accidentally put Mary's family's address. So this woman got the address, went to the home. She gave Mary's mother that day $2, which today would be $32.24. That was a huge amount of money at that time. So that she could get food and things. Mom was very young. She was heavily pregnant with another child. Dad worked constantly to try and make ends meet. And this lady said, the first day she was there, she came twice, she said, "Can I take Mary with me to California? Just while you get on your feet." And the mother said, "What are you, crazy? You know, as anybody would. You're a total freaking stranger." The lady called herself Julia Otis, and she said that another lady had sent her. She came back a second day, and this time she asked if she could take the little girl shopping for clothing and things like that, and pick a couple things out for the new baby coming. And Mom said, okay. She never returned with the child. Sounds to me like this woman was a woman desperate for a child, and probably raised Mary, and Mary could be alive, and probably did grow up. The woman was about 22 years old. A little bit of that. She eventually wrote a letter saying that she had taken her to California, even though the mother had told her not to. A second letter arrived from a lady calling herself Alice Henderson. This was likely from the same person, saying that Julia was her cousin, and she said she was love hungry because her husband and child had been killed in an accident. She never wrote again, and Mary was never returned. Both letters were written in the same handwriting. An elderly Indian woman was pushing a cart to the circus with a blonde-haired, blue-eyed child in it. She claimed this child had been abandoned by a woman named Florence Fuller. Mary's parents did not recognize the child as Mary. This was, you know, really early on, so they would have been able to. A lady named McClelland thought that she might be Mary Maroney. She had been adopted around that time, and she was a pretty good match. So, they did a DNA test, and the DNA, oh no, actually they didn't have to do a DNA test in that case, because the doctor who delivered her came forward and talked about her delivery. And she was adopted 2 years before Mary disappeared. Much later, there was DNA. It would be interesting to note where the letters were actually postmarked from. Now, I'm going to read you the first letter, and it was published in the newspaper. Please don't be alarmed. I have taken your little girl to California with me. I have hired a special nurse to care for her. We'll be back in 2 months. By that time, you will be on your feet again, and we'll be able to care for her. She didn't even cry a bit. She is outfitted like a princess. In the meantime, I'll help all I can to get you on your feet. Don't worry about her or anything else. When you get this letter, we'll be on our way already. As ever, Julia Oates. It's fun, Mom. That's not comforting. At all. So, unfortunately, the best picture I could find of Mary was a picture in her mother's arms. It wasn't a very good picture because I think it came out of a newspaper from the time period. There was actually a lot written about this case. Fortunately, I do believe that if Mary's other siblings or their children put their DNA in the system, they might be surprised at what they find. I think they will find cousins that they didn't know they had. Because I think that Mary was raised. And I think that would be the easiest way to solve this, is to have the family, Mary's nieces and nephews, or her younger siblings if they're alive, get their DNA in the system, into Ancestry or MyHeritage or wherever, GEDmatch, and I think that would probably solve it, in my opinion. You know, because at least one of the family members on her side had to have taken a test. I say that, but I still haven't been able to narrow down which last name is actually my great-grandmother, so so DNA is not always easy to figure out, but I mean, if it's a first cousin, it's pretty easy. So I think that should be done, and I haven't read anything where it has been done. I just know it's the oldest missing persons case in the history of Illinois, which is kind of cool. Again, you may think it's crazy that I bring up a case from 1930, but I really do believe it's solvable. And I really do believe familial DNA and genetic genealogy is the key. I want to thank you for listening to Mary's crazy story, and to tell you that next time we will be talking about 7-year-old Michelle Norris. Michelle disappeared from Central Falls, Rhode Island on May 26, 1988. So that should be interesting, and I hope you'll join us for that on Wednesday. Again, we have changed our filming schedule from Tuesday and Thursday to Monday and Wednesday for personal reasons. I thank you for understanding. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. I hope that you had a wonderful holiday weekend, a safe holiday weekend. And thank you again for joining me on my channel. Please like, Please subscribe, share, and thank you to all the new subscribers that I keep getting. We're up to 74, guys. We can get up to 100. Let's say 100 by my birthday. My birthday is August 4th. That would be an awesome birthday present, guys. Have a great day. God bless, and goodbye.